sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sing. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for the love, the support you all showing me here with. I am super grateful, and you all are sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about this video. This man saying that he has never seen Spanish, or I think Hispanic and white people or white women talking about being happy to be independent, except for black women. And I am asking, why is it that they have this independent spirit? It is because you all put them in that position, and then you turn around every day to come out and belittle black women, talk about black women. I mean, there are some podcasts that should not be existing, because I really don't understand how black men, I am not saying all black men, because there are super amazing black men out there protecting black women, but some are always coming out every day, podcast this, podcast that, saying some nasty things about black women. And why do you all have to compare black women to other women? Why that? Now let me tell you all something. You all are always quick to come out to say black women this, black women that, forgetting that most of you are the reason why some of them act like that the way they act, being independent. And trust me, most of them really want that baby girl life. They want that soft life. But because some of you make them to be mother, father, and all that, and then you turn around to look for a way to belittle them. I am just going to roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, let's get into it.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent. I never seen a white woman in my life on a gram saying I'm independent, F whatever.
Right here.
Black woman, even Taraji P. Henson has a reel saying, "Hello, black men in the audience, we want you back." This is because they realize it's not working, because black women, they seem to like embrace the struggle. The struggle has been so normal for them coming up. Now they embrace it. I never seen no Brazilian, Argentinian, Colombian, any other race, Chinese, Asian go independent. F a man. Man for what? Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent.
He then goes on to say he's never heard a white woman boast about being independent. Why is it that black women are the only ones who have to be compared to other women? You ever seen a man compare a Hispanic, a Latina, to a white woman? You ever heard an Asian woman being compared to a Latina? No, you haven't. Why is it that black women have to be the ones that you compare every other woman to? And the thing about having pride in your independence is you have to boast about that when you lack everything else. And I mean that to say, when you are your own keeper, when you are the mom of the house and the dad of the house, when you are the breadwinner, the bread maker, the house cleaner, when you are all of that, and that is the day in and day out responsibility of your life, you have to take pride in that. Because those women you compare that sister to, they couldn't handle the load. They couldn't handle the work. And then he chose to drag my sister, Taraji P. Henson, in it as support for his argument. No. Taraji's argument was this idea of strong black woman. That's not the same thing as being independent. Taraji's independent. Taraji's a millionaire, giving and providing for herself. She did that as a single mama. She's independent and proud of it. The difference is, in her independence, she's not making it seem as though she doesn't need a village. She's not making it seem as though she doesn't need a rock to lean on when things get tough. It's two different things.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent.
He goes on to speak about how women of other races never say some shit about being happy to be independent, you know? But he sees it from black women quite a bit. Of course. Oh, duh! Sorry. These are the same men that have built the stereotype up for themselves of having multiple baby mamas and paying for not a fucking single one of their goddamn children. The people of other races don't brag about independence because their partners don't force them into independence. Okay? Black men are the number one demographic that I see asking women to lower their standards to be with them or have a child with them, have a family with them. Why don't you love me for me? Why don't you love me for me? Because I feel like you're going to be a gold digger. Like, no, I need to see you love me through the hard times. I need to see you be with me through, like, when I'm going through hard shit, really, like, ride for me and hold me down, you know, because when we come up together, like, it's going to be beautiful. They say all this, and then you see it with all these athletes, you see it with all these artists. As soon as they gain a look of wealth, they leave these people who held them down by the wayside. That's what y'all are known for. So, and pretty often, kids seem to be produced along this fucking course. So imagine being like a single black mother dealing with postpartum and then dealing with your first child, the man that you decided to have your baby with. He don't want to pay child support. He don't want to help. He don't want to fucking help you with the postpartum. He don't want to pay no bills around the house. And say he'd rather fucking berate you or cheat and leave and get another bitch pregnant and not pay for that child either. That's y'all's stereotype. Why? I've never been a mother, but I feel like a lot of mothers get to this point where they just give up and accept. Because it costs a lot less of them from their emotional budget. It costs a lot less to save that up for themselves and their child than to waste a lot of it arguing with a man. Because that's what y'all like to do. Argue. And especially when a child is involved. Then you got to deal with the courts. You got to deal with child support and handing off the children and custody. What if they don't even want to have their kid that weekend? Choosing independence and accepting that, they should be fucking proud of it. Because you are not known for taking up for your family or your women the way men are known in other cultures for doing. Men in other cultures, they might, regardless of whatever's going on in these other cultures' relationships, bills will be paid and homes will be held down. That's not what y'all are known for. Be so fucking serious. Be so serious. I hate to say it, but one thing black men are not known for is sticking around and providing. And it sucks. It sucks for the black men who are actually fucking grown and were raised by somebody or had, the personal locus to learn how to fucking be better. Instead of trying to get that for yourself, you're looking for bitches to come and help you. You're looking for bitches to come and help you. And when they don't want to help you, they're a gold digger. You would rather sit on a podcast and critique black women for their independence, which I don't understand why that's a critique. Because as far as history shows, it's black women at the front lines of everything. Really? And we know the patriarchy is the reason why we don't know about our Angela Whites, Throughout history, black women have always had to take care of y'all. Black women have always had to provide for y'all. Fight for y'all. Nurture y'all. That's our role. We didn't ask for it. We did not fucking ask for it, but we're constantly put in this. And you know what? We should be proud to choose to accept or just not engage with the bullshit anymore. We should be proud to do so because it's a thankless job.
Never Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent.
Just wow. I don't think any black woman wants to be labeled independent when they should be able to depend on people that should be helping them, especially their children, fathers, or anybody. We are the only ones people have labeled independent because it's been forced on us to be the strong ones. Not every black woman desires to be independent, but some of them are forced to be. So why are you giving credit to other races for not saying that they're independent? Most likely they never had to be.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be.
The funny thing is that the more these people create narratives talking about black women being independent, like, how do you have a problem with the fact that you've literally made yourself disposable? The more they talk about black women, the more they say, oh, y'all are content being independent, it's because y'all have demonstrated that you are not worth relying on, that you cannot be relied on. It's most of y'all sleeping on black women's couches, living off of black women, asking black women for money, pimping black women out. Y'all live with the expectation that black women are literally supposed to cook, clean, and take care of you, but you provide nothing. Y'all constantly asking black women what they bring to the table while y'all consistently watch black women struggle, watch her pull it out the mud while you put your feet up and sip a Corona. Instead of judging black women for being independent, ask them why your presence has been so null and void in their lives. They've been that it's merely just a trauma response to the neglect and the lack of help that they've had throughout the centuries.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent.
So if you have not seen that video, it's really good. Go watch it before you hear what I have to say. As a single mother with a village, I must say that it is so unfortunate that the men within our community, black men, are not embarrassed, not completely ashamed that women in their community are left to fend for themselves. If I were a man, it would not be a flex or it would be embarrassing for me to jump online and talk about how the women in my community have had to be the sole providers, protectors within said community. Like, that is embarrassing. And the most embarrassing part is that these men don't even see it. Like, they have no shame about it. They have no shame about not evolving enough to be welcome into the home. They have no shame about, because let's be honest, some of us leave or become single mothers to leave abusive situations. Some of us become single mothers because the men that we thought we were involved with, it's completely the opposite. And I see a lot, even women come online and call other women or mothers out for not leaving, not knowing just how manipulative these men are. Like, that is so fucking embarrassing. And let me say this, there is nothing anybody could say or do to make me feel ashamed, guilty, or embarrassed for being a mother. I take pride in motherhood. Not only that, but I'm with my kids all day, every single day. But we look at the men in our communities and we ignore the fact that they are not showing up the way that they need to. In that video, he talks about why black women express their gratitude for independence and how you don't hear white women claiming or celebrating being independent. And that's because they don't have to be. They are not pushed to be. The white men understand the assignment. Not only do my brothers not understand the assignment on a large scale, they find pride in celebrating and looking at the women for taking on their own roles and have the audacity to talk shit about them. Where is that embarrassment? Where is the shame? Because I show up every single day for my kids. Stressed, depressed, anxious, healing, hungry, tired, exhausted beyond measure. There is no excuse. I show up every single day for my kids. And not only do I show up for them, I don't just give them the bare minimum of clothing them and feeding them. It is my greatest honor to ensure that they are mentally, emotionally, and psychologically well off. Which means I am left every single day, working through and processing my own personal triggers so that it does not bleed onto them. And if all you have to do as a black man is go to work, you can hold on to the anger that you have that got you kicked out of your home in the first place because you didn't know how to alchemize your anger in a way that it does not touch the woman of your children and your children. That is easy. Excuse my frustration, but I am just so tired of this rhetoric. I'm so exhausted, not just as a black woman, but as a mother who chooses to be single. Because the father of my children did not know how to handle his anger. And instead of working through and processing and being intentional about healing through his anger, he gets to go home every single night and get rest while I'm woken up out of my sleep. Every single night. I have an almost 1-year-old that wakes up 10, 12, 13 times a night. Which means that I have not slept more than 2 hours consistently in over a year. I'm sorry, in almost a year. And I have to face my demons every single freaking day, and all he has to do is go to work. Stop comparing us to white women. White women could never. They could never. But what I will say, the beauty of it all is that black women are starting to really walk into and understand our power. We are really starting to truly embrace who we are. And all I'm going to say is the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. I decree and I declare that there will be a day where black women are the most protected, are the most sought for, provided for. We have already been trendsetting for centuries. If there is a trend, most likely it came from a black woman, and I stand on that shit. It is going to be unfortunate that a lot of the black men, the brothers within our community that refuse to heal, will not be able to receive what it feels like to be in the presence of a beautiful, soft, amazing, intelligent, sexy, resilient, brilliant black woman. That's all. That's it.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be in.
And never in my life have I seen a man from another race go on a podcast and talk shit about the woman from their race all damn fucking day, 24 fucking 7, 365. Like y'all niggas' mouths ain't dry from talking the same shit. Like, it's ridiculous to me. Instead of paying attention to what women are doing, how about men go and they work on themselves, and us women go work on ourselves, and then we come together? Because all I'm seeing is the fucking blame game, and I'm getting tired of that. I'm tired of hearing that bullshit.
Bill saying, "Hello, black men, the audience, we want you back." This is because they realize it's not working. Because black women, they seem to like embrace the struggle.
Now, this whole clip made me annoyed because I feel like black women don't get their flowers as often as we need to. And I'm going to explain what I mean when I say that, right? So we talk about other races and how they don't scream independence. But as black women, we went through a whole different line of disappointment to the point where when we want to be vulnerable and we want to do certain things, we're always labeled as gold diggers. We're always labeled as being used. We're always labeled as something. Because I know for a fact, like, when I was once in my soft girl era, I was taken advantage of. And it's like, why is it that we as black women have to go through all of these different obstacles to be able to find peace? That's what I don't understand. And that's what a lot of people don't get. They don't get it. Like, why is it that I have to get cheated on? I have to get manipulated. I rely on you for something, and then your unreliability causes me a fortune, and just other different things. Like, why is it that the black women, the minority, always has to get taken advantage of, or always have to go through some type of hurdle in order to experience a luxury of happiness? That's what I don't understand. And we was raised and born different, so we have a little bit of a tougher skin. And sometimes when we express those things, it's not because we want you to act out on that way towards us. We're just telling you, like, hey, like, I've been through some shit. Like, calm down. You know what I mean? Understand where I'm coming from. Everybody always wants to say black women is aggressive, black women is this, black women is that, but y'all are a whole big form of disappointment every single time or every chance that it gets. Like, what's the point of me being vulnerable when my vulnerability is going to be used against me, or is going to be taken advantage of? Like, I don't understand. And I noticed that with a lot of black women, like, we try to be vulnerable and y'all take that and y'all use it. And because we catch on to these behaviors, now we're labeled as, oh, we scream independence because we like to struggle. No, the fuck we don't. There's women like me that's tired of being strong. We tired. We tired of having muscles with no muscles. We tired of having our chest put out without no fucking six pack. I'm sorry. Like, we're just tired of it, okay?
I never seen a white woman in my life on a gram saying I'm independent.
That's because you've never heard a white man ask her to go 50-50 on anything. That's because white men have always provided for their women, made a safe space, made it so that they can relax and be women and be gentle and be docile. Meanwhile, I'm here on the damn internet with your dumb ass trying to understand why you steady attacking me for not providing a safe space for me. So now I'm doing it my damn self, and you're mad about that. Now, one of y'all with those microphones have got on this internet and made a solution to the damn problem. And I guarantee you, we got to come up with that solution. And you want to know why? Because all y'all do is talk. That's it. That's all y'all do is talk. But see, we about action. Because I ain't got time to talk. I ain't got time to just keep having these same conversations with people who can't hear and don't have a motherfucking plan. See, y'all mad because we came up with a plan and it don't include y'all ass. Because I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. It's no way in hell in our society, out of all the women in all the world, black women are the only one that got to do that. The call is coming from inside the house, my guy. You're not being what a white man is to a white woman. That's why we out here independent. You don't make it so we can be dependent. Half the time we gotta back y'all up, which is not a problem, but it's never reciprocated. Rarely. And I'm saying that because I grew up in a two-parent household where my mother didn't know a damn thing about bills, very well taken care of by my father for 40-something years. I had a great example. But the options for me don't look nothing like that. All I keep seeing and getting is people like you getting on here talking about what a woman need to do and not giving enough action. Make it so we can be the women y'all want us to be. Change the narrative by changing the way y'all do shit. And maybe we'll back up off the independence. Maybe we'll let the guard down a little bit. Maybe we'll see something different in your ass that'll say, I'm going to take a chance and breathe. I'm going to take a chance and relax. I'm going to take a chance and see if I can do this. Because right now, all this hate y'all spewing and talking crazy, and you don't hear white women and Latino women. That's because the men in their communities are providing them with a space to do that. with a space to do that. They have been given the tools to relax. Meanwhile, I got a toolkit so I can get to it. So while you on here talking all that big boy shit, come up with a solution so that the women in your community can relax, so that we can take that end off dependence. So I can be dependent. Because I'm dying to be set down. I'm dying to get into my soft girl era. I'm dying for it. I'm looking for it. I'm here for it. But I'm not about to compromise with somebody who is not willing to give me what I need to do that fully. I'm not talking about just you want me to take on a damn gender role so you can feel like a man. We ain't doing that. No. I want the same shit you describing white women got. That's what I want from y'all. And we're not getting that. So that's why you're getting us hyper independent as women, because the type of men that we need to do that are not available to us. Not available. It's not available. You see how you on here talking with your chest all poked out about what we ain't doing and what we this and that? You still ain't provided a space for us to come to you and say, I'm tired. I need help. I need to relax. Because we can't, because our guard got to stay up. Because there's always going to be something we got to fight against. And this is a prime example. This is a prime example of why we can't do that. And I'm not going to keep beating the dead horse. You can only tell a person so many times what you need until you realize that you're just not going to get it. So you do it your damn self. And that's where we are right now in the black community as far as men and women relations. We're probably going to have to get what we need from outside of our community, because all our men keep doing is talking about why we just don't do it the way we should do it, like other communities. Meanwhile, you're not doing nothing that the white man, the Latino man, the Mexican man, you ain't doing nothing them men doing. Y'all ain't doing that shit. No. The way that they provide and lead, y'all ain't doing that shit. You want all the benefits without doing any of the fucking work. You're not doing shit but talking, yapping. I'm going to need you to be about that action. Yeah, get with one of your white counterparts, one of your Latino men counterparts, see the formula he using, and how about you bring that back to us and put that shit into effect and see if a change don't come.
Never heard no Spanish woman talking about she happy to be independent.
Those type of men can't have a conversation without bringing black women into it. You know, they have no basis or foundation of a conversation unless they have something negative to say about black women, all while comparing black women to other races of women, right? But see, black women are in a league of their own. See, there's a certain level of pride that a black woman has when she has raised her children, all while having very limited resources, or because your ass weren't there, or due to your lack thereof. I think there's a certain demographic of men who make this argument, and I think that they're simply intimidated by a strong black woman, because when you really think about it, they have to be strong black women because of what the fuck your ass ain't doing. Let's be clear. So at the end of the day, who wants to be a wife and a mother and then turn around and have to raise your behind? Baby boo.
Educated black woman, I don't care. Like, that's where I'm at. The statistics show that black women are the most educated, have started the most businesses throughout the pandemic.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and I am going to ask this question first. And who made black women to embrace the struggles? Because he is saying that they embrace the struggles so much because it's already part of them. Then who made them embrace the struggle? Sometimes people do not understand what they have done to a particular set of people. And then they come back, like, to talk about it. Why they are the main character that put those people into that same space or mood. I mean, it's really amazing waking up all the time. All the time. 247 to hear some crazy podcasts. Like, there are some podcasts that should not exist. When they wake up, all they want to do is compare or belittle black women with other people or other races and all that. And what made you compare other races to black women? Now, let me tell you something. Apple does not fall far from the tree. When you sit back and think about how they became independent, what made them become independent, how did it happen? When you trace it back, it falls back to the same people talking about black women being independent. I mean, it is time you all both work on yourselves and come back together and recognize that you all need one another. Because waking up every day to mostly black men bashing black women is uncalled for. And they're not just only bashing them, comparing them or belittling them to other people. I mean, that really does not make any sense. And I am going to say that black women are built differently. I mean, they are, I don't know if I should say survivor, because you all made them survivors. Some men are not in their homes not because they are not in the home because they cannot put up. They are not good men. I am not saying all men, you know. We have great and amazing black men out there doing amazingly well, protecting our black women, always there for our black women. These are not the people I am talking about, and I am saying a very huge kudos to them. But the ones that choose to come out every market day to tell us something about black women, to tell us how nobody is happy to be independent except black women, when you all were the ones that pushed them into that. I mean, come on. We all can do better. I mean, it really does not make any sense waking up to you all every day want to talk about black women this, black women that. I mean, it's just crazy how mostly black men are the ones that, like, you know, talk really bad. I am not saying all, like when I say black, I am not saying all black men. But mostly black men are always the ones that comes out to say some nasty things about black women. I mean, you all should be the ones defending them. You all should be the ones, like, you know, doing all the, I mean, when any race or anybody speaks against black women, you come out and, like, you know, defend them and be there for them. And they will also do the same thing for you. Because they have been mothers, like, for so long. They nurture, they do everything. I mean, whatever that will make a black woman to say, I am no longer doing. I mean, probably no other person will tolerate that. I know what I am saying. But I think we as humans, we as people collectively can do better. I mean, support one another. It really does not make any sense tearing one another down, like, you know. And there are some podcasts that should just be banned, and this is one of the reasons, like one of them. I mean, every time they wake up, they pick up this thing and they want to talk about black women. This is all I got to say, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.